Today we have some breaking news to talk about coming out of the LCS. This is news directly from LEC Wulu himself. We are bringing this here first to you guys on YouTube. The fact that Sven is set to return to Cloud9 as their new AD carry for the 2024 LCS season. This is obviously a huge, massive story. We learned a couple of weeks ago that Berserker was going to be leaving Cloud9, and obviously that left open the replacement. I'm sure there was a couple of different options. We'll get into all of that. But yes, Sven returning to Cloud9. I have plenty more details from LEC Wulu himself in this video, and we're actually going to be hearing from Wulu later on in this video about the rest of the potential Cloud9 roster, obviously as they attempt to fill out the rest of what's going on. But one more piece is now at least seemingly official with Sven rejoining Cloud9 back at AD carry. But of course, as always, all of our offseason coverage is powered by Holy. Make sure you guys check out that first link in the description below. Use discount code SE5 to get a nice little discount on Holy. Great tasting energy drinks that are healthier than the competition. That sounds pretty great to me. So make sure you guys go order yours today. With that being said, let's get right into this. So obviously, this is Sven. He has had a crazy time in the LCS over the past couple of years. Obviously, he was this historic AD carry in EU, one of the best AD carries of all time, like in the EU LCS that time a couple of years ago. Then he bounces over to the LCS. He's supposed to join this super team with TSM. They have all these expectations, and they kind of crumble. They never really became what they were supposed to, but then Sven kind of refines himself on Cloud9. You can see here, he's had a crazy time with Cloud9 dating back to 2020, where he won a LCS championship in spring of 2020 as AD carry. Then they actually didn't end up even qualifying for Worlds that year. It was actually a major disappointment, but then he bounced back strong in 2021, winning another championship at AD carry. They go to MSI, they go to Worlds. They actually make the quarterfinals at Worlds with Sven as AD carry. This was all insane. Obviously, this eventually led to him being replaced as the team's AD carry because they were bringing in Berserker, one of the most hyped prospects in the entire world. Obviously, Cloud9 had some higher expectations than just getting 3-0 in quarterfinals, so they were looking to make some big jumps up. And then we had this unexpected role swap. Sven began this new chapter, this new era of his career where he was going to be playing support. Found some success with that as well, qualifying for Worlds and MSI as a support as well, winning a couple more championships. This has all been insane. But then ultimately, Cloud9 decided to go another direction, obviously bringing Vulcan back to the team. I couldn't remember the name for a second. Bringing Vulcan back into the team. And obviously that whole iteration of this Cloud9 super team that they attempted to form in 2024 did not work out. Sven goes and takes a chance with himself playing AD carry again on Team Dignitas in the summer, and his stats were pretty good. He was pretty impressive on a pretty middle-of-the-pack team for Dignitas. Our Sheep Esports rankings had him as the 4th best LCS AD carry, and again, this was just his first split back, returning to the role, shaking some rust off. He had actually some really good damage per gold stats, the 2nd highest damage per gold of any AD carry in the LCS, and the 4th overall most damage per gold in the entire LCS. So I thought that was pretty cool. Got a lot of kills. Like I said, it's not like Dignitas was some crazy team or anything like that. They went just 8 and 9. So yeah, obviously Sven did enough to impress Cloud9, to allow Cloud9 to bring him back into the organization at that AD carry position. So this is very exciting. Wulu, what he says here is that Sven is set to make his return to Cloud9 as a starting AD carry, a position that he has not played with the team since Berserker replaced him in 2022. In mid-September, Sheep Esports reported that Berserker would depart the roster after 3 seasons as the team's star carry, opening the path for Sven's return to his preferred role. Obviously, he wants to be an AD carry. Support was just something he was willing to do because he thought Berserker was that good and that impressive, and he wanted to help his team win, obviously, at the end of the day as well. And then, what else does he say here? We have Cloud9 also looked into Rin, the AD carry for Ramboot Club in the LVP. This is the top division in Spain. I have this guy pulled up as well. Actually, very interesting. I believe he's a 21-year-old Algerian AD carry. Was one of the best players in the LVP. Sheep Esports ratings has him ranked as the 2nd best AD carry and the 4th best player overall from the LVP. Apparently, this is a player that they very much did consider. But obviously he would have taken up an import slot, and then they would have had to go with a native mid laner, as obviously the whole JoJo Pune situation and drama and everything is still unfolding. And yeah, Cloud9 apparently felt a little bit more comfortable going with Sven, who's obviously a resident, and then allowing them to still keep that import slot open in the mid lane if that is something that they want to do. So obviously this is all very insane. It's also cool to see what the other options, what the other opportunities for Cloud9 were at this position. Again, apparently it came down to two people between Rin and Sven. Seems like they're going with Sven. And now we're going to check in with Wulu about some more updates about the rest of this Cloud9 roster and what the rest of the offseason is going to look like for them. We are now joined by the man himself. Thank you, Mr. Sheep. So I already told the people that obviously Sven is going to be rejoining Cloud9, but what is the rest of the Cloud9 roster looking like?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, a big part of this news is Sven being a resident, because this means that Cloud9 can import into mid lane, which they are very likely to do. But that also means that the rest of the roster is very likely to remain the same. So at this moment, Thanatos, Vulcan, and Blabber are expected to stay on the roster. This was not the case before this news, because they would potentially make other changes to fit an import into mid lane and the AD carry position. As you mentioned, Rin was really considered for the ADC position, which could have resulted in other changes. But now with Sven in AD carry, the rest of the roster should stay. The team will be looking to import into mid lane. They have been looking at imports in both Europe and Korea. Really looking forward to see who can replace Jojopion. But yes, Sven has reached a verbal agreement with the team. Cloud9 and Dignitas have agreed on terms on a buyout. Sven was still contracted with Dignitas. He will be transferred to Cloud9 once everything is sealed. But the deal is done. They have agreed. We just need to wait on the mid lane.
Okay, yeah, tons of exciting stuff. I'm sure Cloud9 fans are going to be excited. I know they can't wait to see what the roster is going to be for next season. So exciting that we could have Wulu jump in on this video. Definitely a couple of interesting things I thought he said. The fact that it was possible that Cloud9 could have imported in both the mid lane and the AD carry position, meaning that there would have been other changes on this roster. That is very, very spicy. Makes me very curious what those other potential changes could have been. But he also says that it does seem like Thanatos, Vulcan, and Blabber are now locked in for next season. So that is definitely something to note. And now, obviously, with Sven joining his AD carry, they just need to fill out that mid lane position where they are going to be considering imports, and maybe a European, maybe a Korean mid laner, maybe some other options. We're going to have to stay tuned for that. But I'm sure as soon as we know what is going on more with the Cloud9 roster, that Wulu will bring us some more of that banger news. And you're also going to be able to find all those banger stories here on the Sheep Esports YouTube channel. Like I said, our plan this offseason is to be uploading stuff here first on YouTube before you can find it anywhere else. We want to help grow this channel. We want to help grow this platform. We want to build up a community and to have a place where we can have LOL esports discussions throughout the entire year, hopefully, but also be a place to bring you that breaking news and those interesting stories that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So yeah, I'm super excited about this story. Our first really, really big banger news of the offseason, Sven returning to Cloud9. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Go buy some Holy, first link in the description below. And until next time, peace.